What's going on, everyone? Mastermind Gaming here, coming at you with some Pokemon Sword and Shield news. There's a new update with promoted raids that have begun on February 6th, which was yesterday as of this recording, and there's going to be increased chances of Gigantamax Grimmsnarl, Gigantamax Hatterene, Gigantamax Kingler, Gigantamax Orbeetle, and Gigantamax Toxtricity amped in low-key forms. Now, depending on which version you have, Sword will have the amped version, and then Shield is also going to have the low-key version. So you're going to have to team up with somebody that has the other game to be able to get that one. And right now I'm actually doing a Gigantamax Kingler because it's in one of the promoted raids right now, and it happened to pop up, and I was just deciding I was going to go ahead and try and do it. Kingler's not exactly a popular choice of a Pokemon, but nevertheless, it's always good to add to the collection. And then another thing is that trying to collect all of the possible Pokemon that you can get Gigantamaxed, so it's just a beneficial thing to have. And then these raids are going to be lasting for about a full month, so you'll have until I think about the first week of March, and then the promoted raids will be ending. And the Milcery raids are still going on until next week as well, so you'll be able to find them as well if you haven't got those yet. And basically that's just an unevolved Alcremie, and you're going to get a lot of sweets in the raids for the rewards, and basically you'll be able to use those sweets to evolve the Alcremie or the Milcery into an Alcremie of your choice, depending on what candy and how you spin. Alright, we're going to go ahead and send that to the box. And we're going to keep on searching here online, trying to find a GMax Toxtricity, because it's the newest one that has been released and is on all fours. And it looks pretty mean. And its new move is an electric type move that will cause the Pokemon on the opposing team to either be paralyzed or poisoned, so there's a chance for either one. And if you get lucky, you might get a double paralyze whenever you're doing doubles, which could make Toxtricity a pretty viable Pokemon to Gigantamax in your team. And as you can see, they're filling up pretty fast right now, just mainly due to the fact that they just came out. So you're going to have no trouble finding people that are going to be wanting to do this raid, especially if you do it here in the first couple days. And here we go, we're just going to be hopping on in here now. And for a lot of the raids that I do, I prefer to use Eternatus, because Eternatus, he's level 100 for me, and I've maxed out a special attack. And that kind of just makes it pretty easy to sweep, especially with Dynamax Cannon. You can do a lot of damage, and I'm also making it hold, I think it's the Dragon's scale, which increases the dragon type damage moves as well. So you're going to get that stab bonus from being a dragon, you're going to get that dragon held item attack bonus, and then you're going to get the double attack bonus just because it's a Dynamax Pokemon that you're going against. So it can be very beneficial to use this move, and it's pretty easy. You can use it in a lot of raids. The only raids you can't really use it on are the fairy raids, such as Alcremie or Milcery or whoever you're trying to get. If they're fairy Pokemon, you got to change it up and use someone different, and I just choose to use that, or Zacian, for that reason, because it's pretty easy to just use him, and because he has a steel type move that he has right off the bat when you capture him, and a lot of my Pokemon are on battle teams, so having both those legendary Pokemon I can just use to do raids with and pretty much sweep anything I need to is pretty beneficial. And as you can see there, I did a pretty decent chunk of damage just with my attack before it even got its shield up, which I think is also beneficial, because I mean it's going to be a faster clear time for the entire raid. And another thing to note, if you guys are new to raids, or just you just picked up the game and you're wanting to know what kind of a little bit more about raids, so raids basically have stages where they will put up shields and you'll do reduced damage to them. Super effective moves still do more damage, and especially if you are in your Dynamax or Gigantamax form. If you do a super effective move against them when they have their shield up, you're going to break 2 levels of shield as opposed to 1 that everyone else is going to break if they deal damage. So being able to have a Pokemon that has a super effective move that can Gigantamax or Dynamax is extremely important in most raids. And then once you break their shields, you can do normal damage again, and they can often attack more than once. So you'll often find times where they're going to attack 2 or 3 times in a row, and that's just kind of to help trying to make it more challenging for you and your team. A lot of the times, once you start getting more comfortable with it, you won't have too much of an issue to clearing any raid by yourself. However, the first couple of raids might be a little bit of an issue until you get some of those XP candies and some of those rare candies to be able to max out one of your Pokemon. But really, whenever you get a Pokemon to level 100, you're going to be pretty set in terms of being able to clear out most raids in the game. And as you can see here, we're about to clear out this raid here. And catch rates are a little bit different as well, so it's important to note. They are not the same as whenever they're out in the wild. They do have different catch rates depending on if they're a promoted raid, if you're doing the raid by yourself, or if you are doing the raid with a group of people. And basically what I mean by that is if you want to have a 100% chance at capturing a Pokemon in a raid, basically all you have to do is just go offline, and you're going to do the raid with 3 AIs and make sure you're offline during the entire raid. Don't connect to the internet. And if you do that, then that's going to guarantee a capture on that Pokemon. As long as you do it by yourself without no help, just the AI being there with you, you're going to get 100% catch rate on that Pokemon, or near 100% if it's not 100%. However, connecting online also has its benefits, because if you do have trouble clearing out raids, being able to have actual players that know how to use actual moves instead of Wall Buffet, who just sits there and counters or mirror coats, can be extremely helpful in helping clear out a raid. And even if having a lower catch rate does affect you a little bit, you're going to run into more than just one raid with that Pokemon. So really, it's nothing to worry about. At first, it might seem like a pretty big deal, but like I said, once you start getting your Pokemon leveled up, it's not going to be an issue at all. And there we go, we caught Toxtricity, and we got Gigantamax Toxtricity now. Now, if you want to know how you can tell if a Pokemon has a Gigantamax form, if you actually look, let me go ahead and hide my banner at the top here. And you'll see that at the top there, you will have a little symbol. That's a little X symbol at the top near the Pokemon's name. And if you do see that symbol, that means that Pokemon that you have in your party or have in your box has the ability to Gigantamax instead of Dynamax, which changes their form and also gives them a GMax move. So as long as you see that symbol right near the Pokeball that you captured them with, right in between that Pokeball and right in between their Pokemon's name, then you know you have a Gigantamax Pokemon that can use GMax moves whenever you're fighting with them. So it's important to note to keep those separate from the actual Pokemon that you might have. So if you have another Toxtricity, make sure you make some kind of a special note or something of the one that's Gigantamax, so that way you don't trade it away on accident if it's the only one that you have. Yeah, and I think that about wraps it up for this video here. And if you guys have any questions, comments, make sure you leave them down below, and make sure you like and subscribe, because I'm going to be making a lot more of these videos and a lot more Pokemon informational videos in the future. So if there's anything you'd like to know about, please let me know below, and I'd be happy to help. Alright, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.